Howdy y'all, this is Eric Cavley. Welcome back to my channel, and we are going to continue our forged solo OSR adventure. They've got Rumble, the giant construct, moving it closer and closer to its own demise, because that is what Lord Pendry, the semi-secret, really super powerful elementalist, wants them to do. So that's what they're doing. We left off, they were camping beneath this monstrosity. And it moves very slow. So we're going to head off into the hills of the next hex as they cross. All right. So it is a new hex for us, so we will be doing a discovery. Let's see, when an encounter roll. All right, encounter roll in 2 hours, so we'll just go ahead and put them all together. All right, so day 6. 4 for the weather, wet season. All right, so it's foggy and still again. Things are still damp after the day-long deluge from yesterday. All right, and let's see what our wilderness discovery is, because it is a new hex for us. 3. So it's a natural feature. 3, 6, 3. Okay, so 3, that makes it terrain feature for hills. Mountains, desert, swamp. There you go. All right, 2 and 6, water. Okay. All right, so there's rapids. So I'm going to say that the rapids, probably there's a river, since rapids kind of need a river. You need kind of water to be there. So we'll put 11 rapids. Because this feature, I think, is going to give them some trouble. So they're going to have to figure out a way across the rapids. I'm going to say it's likely they have to figure a way across the rapids. How about that? Yeah, so they are going to have to figure out a way across the rapids. Now the Rumble itself, well, I think they probably get the bright idea that at least some of them, they're going to try to just ride on top of Rumble. It allows them to walk under, so I'm going to say it's pretty likely that they actually just get on top of Rumble. They say, why didn't I think of this yesterday, everyone? You know, well, because it was raining yesterday. So today, maybe they're all mostly riding on Rumble. Can they actually ride on Rumble? There's only 5 left, and it's a huge, it's supposed to be a gigantic, a legendary size construct. So I would say there's room. And Rumble's pretty docile. He's being not necessarily controlled, but he, Lucas still does have that amulet. So I'm going to say it's likely that they can ride on him. Okay, so, all right, well, I'm going to say that they get across. They get across. The mercenaries are all riding on top of Rumble, using Rumble as a, basically a battle wagon. They're keeping watch as they go through the hills, and just enjoying their time. They're sitting around on its back, looking in different directions. I think for the other two, though, the uppity PCs, they actually have to ride across the rapids or walk their horse across the rapids. I don't think the horses would be able to get up on top of Rumble. Yeah, I'm going to say they'd either be too skittish, or their hooves would not give the right type of traction for that. So let's see. What kind of roll would that be? I think that would probably, be a dexterity check for them. I'm wondering if I should have checked for treasure in the house. Probably not. Probably not something that Henry would leave out there just for people to grab, I guess. Although it might be a good place to keep hidden treasure. But too late now. Alright, so his dexterity bonus, is -1. So is he going to get across without incident? Probably not. 15. Ugh. Let's see. You know what? I think that's close enough. So he gets drenched, but he doesn't lose anything or get washed away trying to cross these rapids. I'll say that I need to erase or mark these rations again. They filled up on rations because there was plenty of food and it was fresh, and the the elementals, they didn't care, so they did that. But I'll say that in the process, one of his rations gets ruined. So 15 was that's pretty close. I'm gonna give it to him. All right, how about her? Can she get it close? Now she's got a +2. 6, 7, 8. No, so she does not get away. So I'm going to say that she loses a ration and a random piece of equipment. There's too many people. They're roped. I'm not going to say that she gets swept away and drowns or anything, but she's going to lose something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she won't lose her chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I'll just give it a D10 roll. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so not too bad, but she loses her tinderbox. And maybe she even still has it somewhere on her, but it's so wet that it's never gonna recover. So there we go. All right, so they get across, and that was just their initial terrain feature for entering the new hex. Now we're going to roll for the actual encounter roll here. Let's see. I don't believe that the planes offer any kind of hard roll here. No. Yes. Yeah, so it's just 1 and 1. So if it's a 1, it's a danger. 6, it's another roll or another discovery. All right, so they find nothing, and the rest of the day goes uneventfully. And so at night, I'm going to say same thing. The thing is moving so slow. They're going. Okay, so the next day, let's see what kind of terrain we have, and then we'll kind of decide what we're looking at. 10 hills and 10s. Okay, so we're going back to mountains. That sounds better. Mountains sound better to have the doom of some huge creature here. And the weather, 8. Okay, so it's a steady rain. Which is not really fun to walk in, but now the mountains, of course, they are, let's see. I'm going to say it's going to take 2 days before they get to this spot. They're having to go so slow through these mountains, and rumble is just, as slow as can be. So the mountains, day 1. Oh, and we need to make our wilderness discovery. Okay, a structure. Well, depending on what the structure is, maybe that's going to be, maybe that will actually be where we're headed. All right, a structure, and that structure is a 6-1. Okay, so it's a dwelling. All right, so I'm picturing maybe like a mountain hermit. Okay. So this is a dwelling. Now it's highlighted, which usually indicates there's another table to roll on right there for the dwelling. All right. Delving, would it be settlements? Maybe it'd be a dungeon. All right, I'm just gonna hit pause for a minute while I flip through and decide how to generate what kind of dwelling this is. All right, well, like a lot of things that confused me, the answer was very simple. The the structure, the dwellings are right above it. I just had to look up an inch, but these are ruins of a dwelling. So what kind of dwelling ruins do we see for? Okay, so it's a tower or an outpost. All right, so they're the ruins of they come across a ruins of a tower. So I actually kind of misread. It wasn't a dwelling, it was ruins of dwellings. So we'll say ruined watchtower. This was the watchtower of Magma Maluda, built in the 5th age of elf lords. All right, ruined watchtower. Are there any? Now let's see. It's not really a danger, I don't think. So, is there anything of interest in there? No. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it no. No, but if there is a danger rolled, as we go in here into this hex, then it may have something to do with that. Maybe it's where the troll lives when he's not out. Being an hour away or something. All right. So now we're going to roll for the danger and discovery roll. Okay, so a 3. Now that's in the mountains, so that might be a danger. I think that might be a danger, traveling the wilderness. All right. Yep. All right, so they get a danger roll. They come across something as they are traipsing along through the day. How far along in the day? Okay, so getting onwards towards evening, about halfway through, because remember, it's because of the speed. It's going to be 2 days to get to travel to where they need to go in these places. So let's see what our danger is. Wilderness danger D6. All right, so it's going to be a creature, according to our table there. What kind of creature is it going to be? Oops. All right, so we're in the wilderness, so it'll be a +1 on this table here. 9. All right, so not a monster. Kind of wish it would have been a monster. Oh well. We'll trust the dice for now. All right, so is this going to be a... So it's a beast. Let's see. Is this going to be an airborne beast or an earthbound? Okay, so airborne, so maybe some kind of giant eagle. Maybe it'll... Or maybe it'll be something silly. That's not going to be a danger at all, which, you know, I would like. Okay. It's a parrot. All right. So they are, it's not really much of a danger, though. Unless this, unless the parrot makes fun of them and causes them stress. Look at the stupid PCs. Look at the first level losers. Let's see. You know what? I think we need a little bit of danger here. So it's going to be parrot-like. So it's going to be some kind of giant, like a hunting bird. I think that's what we're gonna make it. And you know, if anyone's seen some of those giant hunting bird type critters, they can be pretty nasty. All right, so yeah, we're just going to do that. Let's see. We'll go ahead and generate it here real quick. Let's see. It's a bestial. What's its reaction? 9. It ignores. Nah. All right. So our encounter details, how big is it? Oh, okay. So it's like, okay. So it's a horde of these things. So they may themselves not be individually big, but there's a bunch of them. And I'm betting that they probably don't like the big construct thing stomping through their grounds. But it says they ignore. I don't know. This is one of those things where I kind of, let's see, how far away are they? So they're pretty distant. There's 7. So there's 13. 13 toucans of death. Toucans of death. Oh, is toucan separate? Well, it says parrot, but we'll say it's a toucan because I think that's funny. Or parrots of death. You know what? I bet one of their hunting strategies is that they can imitate creatures, so they're help me, brr. So kind of like, you know, mimic birds or something. They lure them in. Okay. All right. I'm going to hit pause and roll up the encounter. Mostly just because I want something to happen. You know, they've been traveling for several days and nothing's really happened. So we'll see what these birds can do. All right. So I rolled kind of an interesting little flock. Now I don't have a bunch of parrot miniatures, but I do have these little, well, some of these, there we go, some of these little dudes, and they look kind of like, you know, running dangerous birds. So I'm going to set them up, and this is not obviously this is not mountain terrain, it's some kind of cave, but we're just going for the aesthetic at this point. The two things I rolled up for our interesting little group of birds are is that they have a protector. They're prey animals, but that doesn't mean that they're wimpy. And then I've just got some wolves that is mostly because I have a bunch of wolves to fill in the ranks, and the protector I'll use that as a protector. The protector I decided was the mama bird. So mama bird is a little bit tougher than the others, kind of a pain. The others will be not too hard, but it's very unlikely that with their beaks they would be able to do too much to Rumble. But their rolled ability is that they can climb walls and ceilings with ease. So I'm taking this to mean that it's part of their their survival strategy, right? That they have that they use it to climb the mountains. Maybe they go climbing after there's goats. The goats run up the hill, the mountain rams, and say, bah, can't get me. And they go, bah, I can climb. Bah, bah, bah. And then they go chase them up there, and they'll have a surprised goat for dinner, right? So that's kind of how I picture them. So these are, even though they're, well, that would make them prey animals per se, but that would make them predators. But maybe they're both. Maybe they're scavengers of opportunity. Maybe. Anyway, they're attacking one way or the other. So Mama Bird has taken issue with Rumble, and they're all going to attack. So this first turn, let's see. So they were very far away. Now, of course, Rumble would be a good place for everyone to stay if they could, but they can't get the horses up there. So Lucas orders them down, except the archers. He orders them down to get in formation. And I decide I have some terrain, some stone-like terrain. That's what this is. This is Rumble. Their little battle platform Rumble. Let's see. Now, they don't really know how to fight on horses themselves, but let's see. He's actually an archer, and so they're going to set a line. She's going to get her sling ready. And they're going to leave the horses nearby. He's going to get off as well. He's going to get off his horse, because if he were a knight, he might try to fight on them, but he just doesn't really have that skill set. Anyone can sit on a horse and swing, but to do it well, especially if you're charging and stuff. So let's see, is she gonna get up there? You know what, I think she will get up there. So because they're far away, even though these birds are moving fast, I think they have time to kind of set their battle lines. And by the time it's ready, these guys are here. So we're going to give... Now, they don't know that they can climb the construct. They don't know they can climb Rumble with no trouble. So that might be a bit of a surprise. Let's see. I'm going to give our archer, I guess I'll give all three of them 2 shots while they're closing after they've gotten there. So let's see, she is, oh, she's level 0. All right, well, she's going to attack those guys. The regular birds, they're not too hard. Okay, so she did get one. So I'm just going to roll it random. Which one did she hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Her crossbow. Okay, so she, our level 0 hero, actually pegs one of the birds as it comes screeching down the mountain towards them. All right, let's see about Reese. He's our longbowman. Did his longbow break? Oh, no, that was his string broke. I think you heard that. I'm just going to give them all the same amount of shots. Okay, so he hit 2 of them. And since they are running around, All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Just a flesh wound, Governor. And then the other hit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that one. Okay. So they've been getting they've got some of the low-hanging fruit. Let's see if her sling work. Let's see if Marina's sling work is any good. Okay. 9, 10, 11. That's not going to be, but that will be. Let's see. What do I have her sling set at? Probably D4. Yeah. All right, let's see what she hits. Silly die. All right, number 12. Oh, that's the mama bird. So she hits the mama bird, and her roll was enough to hit the mama bird. 3. All right, so the slings and stones and arrows go flying. Let's see, how do they react? Oh, okay, no, now they're pissed. So that was their morale roll. They're on now. Mama's mad. They killed some of her baby birds. Now they're angry birds. They're on the roll. Let's see. So they are 5, 6. Let's see. They're runners, so they're probably faster than peoples. So I think they're just pretty much all going to run. And this is where it's going to get ugly. Because, what? That one climbs right up onto the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And mama. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So mama is still, she's screeching and everyone's rolling back. I'll say that they probably did have our heroes had time while they were closing to drop and swap. All right. So who's going to get the initiative? Give our hero. Oh, negative. All right. So their sudden charge and the fact that they were able to surprisingly climb up on their construct, leap and climb on the construct, who doesn't really seem to care. He's just, well, he doesn't make noise. Sorry, he's just sitting there like a teenage son. All right. So the normal folks, they're just level 1 and they're dex and wisdom. So in this case, they're not going to get any bonuses to hit. Let's see. I'm going to say that one's climb. He's not quite close enough to attack this turn. Maybe that's a little bit of kitty gloves for my other PC, but it did seem like it was a little bit out of the way, and it probably would, take a little bit of their movement. All right, so we've got armor class 17. Okay, so he gets hit. Oh, yeah, for 4. Okay, so maybe it's Lucas I should be worried about. All right, so she's not going to get hit. Let's see. Drag, man. All right, so hit 1. So he's definitely going to have to be crumpling shields and helmets and stuff. All right, so this is Seraph. Armor class 14. Miss. This is Ron, armor class 12. Miss. That's Boz, armor class 15. Miss. And then, let's see, who's that? That's Reese, armor class 12. Miss. Okay, there's another armor class 12. Okay, so those guys both missed. Well, lucky them. And then I think the final attack this round will be 1 against poor Irsina. Oh, she really was counting on that. Being able to kind of be up on there, but let's see what happens. Oh, all right. So she survives. She got missed. So everyone got missed except Lucas. All right. Now it's their turn. All right. And then now we're just going to count across from the, well, I guess you guys can't really see. There we go. We're just going to count across. 8, of course, miss. All right, so number 3 gets hit by, oh, that's a, yeah, he's definitely, that's a D10 with advantage for his greatsword. All right, chop. I think we'll probably give him a, see if there's maybe another morale roll if they get down to half or something like. All right. Miss. Good grief. Let's see. Yeah, I guess she will try. That'll be number 12. Let's see. Does she want to... She could try to jump, get on the horse, but... Nope, she will bravely attack with her rapier. Hey, and she hits with her rapier. That's number 12. Hey! So she skewers a bird. She skewers that bird. Brrr! You got me. Brrr! 'Tis neither as deep as a well, brrr, nor wide as church doors, but 'twill do. Brrr. All right. Next turn. Let's see. So where's Mama gonna go? I guess Mama she'll go screeching in at Zahn. 8, 9, 10, 11. Just barely missed Zahn. Oh, I should be going down. Down. Of course, Lucas gets hit again, so he's just going to have to crumple that shield. Good thing he had it. So now it's 17, or his AC's down to 16. I wanted this adventure or this battle, but that might be a little, might have been a mistake. All right. Of course, one should never enter into battle lightly. Oh, okay, so that guy, number 2, I'm going to say he's stunned. That's a 1, so he can't go next turn. All right, Mom already attacked. It's a miss. Miss. Oh, okay, well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. All right, so I'm going to say he can't either. So, but I fear our archers are going to be in trouble. Our poor 0-level archers. Well, the 1 0-level archer. Oh, poor Ursia. She has nothing as the beak, 1 beak. Oh, and 2 beaks. Oh, poor Ursia. Let's see. So those are wild birds. All right. So those birds. She stumbles as the other one climbs up. One bites onto her leg close to the hip, and she screams. The other one, as she is knocked off, as she is pulled off, stumbles, falls to the ground, lands with a thud. The two birds just start ripping into her face and her throat and her chest and her guts, pulling entrails and blood and gore. She screams and screams as it takes her a long time to die, as she is eviscerated, dismembered, and disemboweled by the angry birds. Poor Ursula. Actually, I was kind of pulling for her. I was kind of pulling for both the level 0 guys, but it's a bit much. Now, again, you know, they normally, she would have been safer had they not had that ability, which, you know, I just rolled on the chart, so Dems to brakes. And as a matter of fact, I probably need to be worrying about Morian. Her armor class is 16. Does this bird get her? Does she have a shield? No, she doesn't, but she does have a helm. Oh, all right, so once again, she's saved by her helm. So in her case, that was actually better for her to get hit. So the bird leaps up, stumbles back, and its beak bites down onto her helmet, rips it from her head, and shakes it around as he stupidly thinks he's, you know, tearing her skull into pieces. And she screams too, because of course, you know, she's aware of what's happening to poor Ursula as she's being ripped into bloody chunks. You know, Lucas, of course, he had considered, you know, maybe trying to throw stones, but the thing is so slow. And to try to make Rumble, you know, run them over, but he moves so slow that it would not have been a wise decision. All right, come on, Lucas, come on. All right, yay, Lucas. Oh, nice. So Lucas, after as the creature, oh, you know, and he lost his shield last turn, so that actually should have been rolled with advantage, but he got the max anyway. So as the creature is leap on his shield, and he's trying to hold it off, and it's pecking and smashing and tears the shield. It tears the shield apart. He takes his spear and shoves it right in its big mouth. And then little gouts of parrot blood, parrot monster beast blood go spewing. All right. So now we'll go through the, actually, I guess we'll go ahead and do her since she's there. Oh no. Okay, so her rapier takes a hit as she tries to stab at the bird creature as it's flinging her helmet around, thinking it's her skull, and she ends up instead driving it into Rumble with a spark. Rumble, of course, he's unconcerned and he doesn't even feel it because it doesn't do anything to him, but her blade gets a nick in it. All right, so we're gonna go just down the road, or down the line. So this is Seraph with his halberd. Miss, come on, guys. All right, Zahn against Mama Bird. Oh, look at that, 20. All right, so that's good. So he gets to roll. Yeah, she's probably done. So he gets to roll normally with advantage because he's using a two-handed weapon. But he rolled a 20, so gets to roll double that. So, all right, 5, 7, and then we'll re-roll the 5. Okay, so 17. So yeah, he cleaves Mama Bird's head. What? It goes flying off into the plains, and that's definitely going to spawn a morale check. I may just decide that they all run away anyway. or, you know, a significant penalty. All right, so spear. That's a hit. His is a two-handed spear. Oh, whoops, let's see. Two of them were stunned, but they missed anyway, so... All right. So he skewers that bird. Some Kentucky Fried Parrot. Actually, maybe they'll try. I wonder if these are edible birds. All right, so that's going to be Reese. Okay, so he hits. What's Reese got? He's got a sword. I don't think it's a long sword, though, so that'll be this guy right here. Oh, and that's enough. He hacks down that bird. Okay. So those guys, they hear the mama bird scream. I'm going to say they're going to have to roll really low not to run away. Nope. So they freak out. That one tries to run. That one tries to run. And then this one's going to run away and leap off. And then these two, they see everyone's running, and they start taking off with Ursia's entrails. One of her eyes dangling from the side of the beak, the corner of the beak, as those two go running off. And let's see, I guess I'll just give free attacks of opportunity just for grants. Although I should probably look up and see how exactly they work, because I don't remember. So I'm not necessarily a attack of opportunity guy for, well, at least for fencers, but might be something different for monsters. Let's see. I know I looked it up previously. All right, when a character resolve is broken, they discard their weapons, turn their back, and flee flat out. Okay. See, if they were engaged in melee, their nearest opponent will receive a free attack with advantage. Okay. And since this is not like a tactical retrieval, so I'll go with that. All right. So that's a hit. Okay. That one falls. As he looks around, confused, just as he starts to turn, Seraph brings his halberd down on the beast's head. And then this one was engaged because he had attacked Reese. So Reese gets an attack with advantage. Okay, so that's a double of those. And okay, so he gets a hit. He takes a swipe, and some feathers and a little trace of blood fly through the air, but that bird gets away, screeching in pain and fear and terror. Let's see. Well, they are, let's see, they are prey animals. Maybe they are tasty. Get a little delicious and dungeon going on here and eat some eat some monsters. All right, so she gets advantage. Okay, but she misses. She is she's still taken aback, and it runs off with her helmet. And they go running away. Of course, these birds don't have anything. But it is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, so there's 13 of them, so 13, 14, 15, 15 hit dice, and they had 1 advantage. I'll figure that out, because in between sessions, because we're at 45 minutes or something like that, and as the perilous journey goes, we lose 1 more mercenary. Now they're down to half their number. They gather poor Ursia, try to put her bloody chunks back together as best as they can, and then carry on. All right, well, that is the end of that one, and the end of Ursia. So we will see you next time. Happy gaming.